Welcome to another edition of Devil Dog Treasure Hunters. We're going to talk about the reselling market, and first, before we start talking about that, we're going to talk about reselling in this economy, what we're dealing with now as a world. Before we talk about that, some of you are probably like, holy smokes, who's this guy? The beard's gone. Well, we didn't get to 1,000 subscribers like I promised y'all. I apologize. Baseball season come up. I was planning to go to Disney, and like everyone else, last week, the whole world pretty much come to a standstill. Baseball canceled, our trips to go to Disney canceled. I had shaved the beard in preparation of baseball season, in preparation of going to Disney and everything else. So this is the new look. It's what I normally look like. So everybody that hadn't seen me without the beard, this is what I really look like most of the time. With that said, I want to talk in this video. It's a little different video. It's not about going through storage units. It's not about showing you our finds. Actually, we have a few finds around us right now. Hayden thought it'd be pretty cool to set up like Animal Kingdom up in here in this video. So you can see check out our last video if you haven't. We've got a big unit of taxidermy. I mean, pig, sheep, muskox, grizzly bear, all that stuff. If you haven't checked out the last video, check it out. It showed us when we brought the stuff in. High bid auction, we're doing a high bid auction on it. It may or may not still be going on, but we have this stuff on high bid auction. A lot of cool stuff. So Hayden said, hey, let's do a video together and let's put an animal and we'll surround you with animals. So this is our dead zoo today, per se. What I want to talk about is the situation we're dealing with and what you can do as a reseller to be prepared, or at least my thoughts on the matter. It doesn't mean it's the truth, it's just my own personal opinion on where I think we're heading. All right, so for us, we're a big liquidation estate company. We buy a lot of storage units a year. We buy a lot of estates. And then so it's Friday right now, March 20th. In the last 7 days, basically, last Thursday, which was the 13th or 14th, I believe, basically our whole world got turned upside down, per se, with this whole coronavirus, COVID-19. It changed a lot of things. So we're on an ever-changing movement like everybody else. Fortunately for us, we have one case in our county right now. Hopefully the numbers stay down. That's what we know about. We don't know what we don't know about because of testing, but I want to talk about resellers. I want to give you my personal perspective on it, where I think we're heading, what you should be doing. So this is just a video. Maybe it helps you out, maybe it doesn't, but I just wanted to give you my advice. I've been in the game for a while doing this stuff, so we wanted to make a short video on where I think we're going. So we have 3 estates set up. I mean, full estates. I'm talking a 7,200 square foot house, a 2,200 square foot house, and a 1,900 square foot house. Full estate. I'm talking from the kitchen dishes to the couch to everything. Everything. One of them even had a couple vehicles. All right, all 3 estates were supposed to go to settlement within the next 14 to 20 days. We had a big one, a 7,200 square foot house set up to do this week. What has happened now is the 7,200 square foot house, the buyers are from Portugal. They can't even come in the U.S. They pushed the settlement back 8 months. 8 months at this point. So that's out of the question. We can't even do that now. The other 2, same situation. One deal fell off the market because of this. The other one's been pushed back 4 months. So we're in a tough situation as an estate liquidator. People is just not coming out. People is just pushing back things. People are scared, and I don't blame them. Scary times right now. But with that, as far as resellers go, what I'm seeing from my own perspective is we did a 3-day warehouse sale, and we do one every 3 months. It's in 3 days' time that we did our last sale last weekend, and this is right when everything hit. We usually do more in the first 5 hours of day 1 than we did in 3 days. No one was coming out. No one was, we sold a lot of stuff. Don't get me wrong. We still made money and sold a lot of stuff, but nothing compared to what we usually do. I mean, this sale, in 3 days, we didn't even do what we usually do the first 5 hours of day 1 on our normal sales. And it wasn't the merchandise, it wasn't nothing we did wrong. We advertised the same way. Actually, we advertised more. It was just people were nervous right now. And you can't blame them. We don't blame them. So for the resellers out there, what we're going to talk about is where I see this going. Storage units have been canceled till at least May. All major chains, everything I've read, everybody I've talked to, everything I've seen, Extra Space Storage canceled until May at the earliest. Easy Storage canceled until May at the earliest. U-Haul canceled until May at the earliest. There's still a couple mom and pops that have some storage units, but I even see that getting stopped soon. So there's no merchandise to get from storage units right now. Flea markets all closed down. Flea markets closed down. There's nowhere to sell the stuff. We don't sell at flea markets. I've been preaching this for a long time. If you're not on e-commerce, on eBay, Amazon, Poshmark, Macari, all the online sources, and you're just dependent on flea markets and yard sales and auction houses, live auction houses to sell your merchandise, this is a bad time for you because you have no other options. I mean, for us, we have, 3 or 4 different online sources that we sell through, eBay, Amazon, Poshmark, that kind of stuff. So we are still making daily sales. But as far as they're taking stuff to an auction house, that's done. Auction houses are closed. You can't meet people more than 10 people. So there's a lot of people that, and you couldn't even get merchandise. If you're in a storage unit game and that's where you get majority of merchandise, you can't get it right now. You might not be able to get it for who knows how long, but you, at least for in our area, until May. So storage units are out of the game. So what I see happening is, in the next few months, and this is my own personal opinion, like I said, take it with a grain of salt. You can either take it, ignore me, say, hey, good information, it doesn't matter to us. I'm just giving you my own personal perspective from being in the business for a while. I don't see major purchases, either e-commerce or not, people spending money on stuff they don't need. I don't see it, You take this taxidermy around me right here. I mean, I don't see people dumping big money on collectibles and that kind of stuff until we figure out where we stand. I mean, it's just the nature of the beast. Now, with that said, I think the smaller stuff, your everyday stuff, because everybody's going to be stuck at home, working from home, living from home. Some of you might even be ordered to stay home now. I don't know, depending on your state. California this morning went to it. The stuff we use every day is in short supply right now. I mean, toasters, microwaves, blenders, dishes, that stuff, the more we're at home, the more that stuff gets used and the more chance people are going to need to replenish that stuff. You look at our shelves on our stores, Walmart, Target, the stock's getting depleted. There's no imports come from China, and that's what happens when you depend on another country to supply your economy, your merchandise for your economy. I mean, it's sad, but it's true. I mean, that kind of stuff is going to sell. Books, CDs, movies, DVDs. Well, Richard, there's Netflix and all that stuff. There's a lot of people that don't have Netflix. There's a lot of people that don't have Amazon Prime and that kind of stuff. There's a lot of people that, still watches DVDs and listens to CDs. That kind of stuff is going to keep people entertained. I can see that stuff still selling. But I can't see a lot of big major purchases on stuff people don't need right now until we figure out where we stand. I mean, a lot of people has lost their jobs. I mean, due to no fault of our own. I mean, it's bad times for everybody. Our business, I mean, I thought my business would be one of the last ones to actually pay a price on anything, but the situation we're in now has made me retake a look at, things we do. Because if no one has jobs, no one has money, then where do we stand? So that's one thing to look at. As a reseller, I would not be investing a lot of money in things that aren't necessity or things that people can't use immediately. I mean, that $1,000 toy that maybe they bought 3 weeks ago for their collection, well, maybe that person doesn't have a job anymore, working from home. So I see a lot of that stuff. I can see e-commerce, picking up steam, but I think it's going to be in the general run-of-the-mill, everyday stuff people use or people need to keep themselves occupied during the situation we're in. So I would not personally invest a lot of money, and we're not doing it as a business. I mean, I'm not going to buy big truckloads of furniture right now, big truckloads of home decor. I mean, if the deal's right, the deal's right, but I just can't see it moving like it did 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. Amazon's hiring another 100,000 people. Their online sales are picking up in this crisis. That's because people are home. People are on the internet buying. E-commerce. I've preached it, and I preached it, and I preached it for years to people, to other storage unit buyers I know. Create an e-commerce, and this is a good situation for you guys that are home to look around the house that maybe you haven't tried it before. But now's a good time as ever. If you're not doing anything to generate some income, get on eBay, learn it. It's not that hard. Get on Amazon, learn it. It's not that hard. Look around your house. List a few items during this downtime. You're at home, you're stuck at home, you can't do a whole lot. Now's a perfect time for you to learn this business and get in this business. I mean, anybody can do it. Anybody can make money. But my advice would be to stay away from any deals where you have to come out of pocket a lot of money, collectibles, that kind of stuff right now, because I just don't see in the economy we're in, the situation we're dealing with, that stuff taking off right now. I mean, maybe in 6 months it's different, but in the immediate future, I would not. And I'll give you a perfect example. I was at an auction 2 weeks ago. Me and a guy went back and forth. Restaurant unit, $25,000 on 6 restaurant units. I stopped. I got outbid. I just didn't want to put more money in it. And we didn't even know about the situation then. But that gentleman that bought that unit, $25,000 invested in restaurant equipment. Where's our restaurants at today, 2 weeks later? carry out only are closed. And it's sad, it is. But that gentleman's sitting on 25 grand of restaurant equipment that has not got a need for right now, and probably not gonna have a need in the near future. I mean, when we go back to normalcy, you're gonna see a lot of restaurant equipment out there because a lot of restaurants are gonna have to close because of this. And like I said, I feel sorry for everybody. It's just not the United States, it's the world in general. But as a reseller, I would really take a look at what you're doing. And there's gonna be opportunities. Don't get me wrong, there's gonna be plenty of opportunities and plenty of deals. I'm already wielding phone calls from people trying to create more cash. You know, hey, I want you to come out and look at this stuff. I want you to come look at it, because everybody's scrambling right now to try to collect as much cash as they can. And you know, if the deal's right, and I'll buy it. But I am very stingent on what I will buy until we figure out where we're at, and more stingent than I was 2 weeks ago, because you know, I have employees that I have to take care of. I have a family I have to take care of. So I'm gonna put a little stricter guidelines on myself on what I buy. You know, before, if I could make money, I was buying it because I know I'll be able to sell it. Now you don't know if you're gonna be able to sell that bedroom set 3 weeks from now, a month from now, 2 months from now, because people are not gonna be spending money on unnecessary stuff. And like I said, this is just my opinion. I could be totally wrong, but from being in this business and looking at the recession we went through years back and how everything was, and when we do start coming back, used furniture, used product is gonna be big. But on the e-commerce side, if you can get deals on necessities, you know, the stuff we use every single day, the stuff people's gonna constantly use, that's kind of stuff, or keep themselves entertained, that kind of stuff I think is gonna keep going and keep going. Clothes, people are gonna shop, but are people gonna drop a ton of money on collections and that kind of stuff? I don't think so. I really don't see how, when people are worried about having a job and unemployment rates going up because of this, I don't see how they're gonna invest a lot of money. But again, that's just my opinion. Take it for what it is. Reevaluate, look, be like, hey, maybe you're calling me crazy. Richard, you're nuts. You don't know what you're talking about. But from my perspective, that's where I see us going. But now is also a perfect opportunity for e-commerce to build that inventory. When you're at home, maybe you're unemployed now. Maybe you're doing reselling part-time. Now is a perfect opportunity. You have no excuse why you do not learn how to do eBay. Do not learn how to do Amazon. Do not learn how to do Poshmark. Do not learn how to do Macari. There's numerous, Facebook Marketplace, whatever you want to use. Now is a perfect time. Instead of sitting home and wasting time and, you know, maybe feeling sorry that you lost your job, or maybe feeling sorry. I mean, now is a perfect opportunity for you people that may be interested in reselling or just dabbling in it to actually build your inventory up. Look around your house. Maybe you have stuff that's sitting there, you're like, well, I don't know if I have time to list it on eBay. Now is the time. Now is the time. So when we come out of this, you've already got a head start, a jump, and maybe you're making money. Maybe you're making good money because of this. Maybe you're home and you can look around the house and you find stuff that you can sell. Learn it. Look on YouTube. There's a gazillion eBay videos about how to do it. Amazon, same thing. I mean, but as far as investing a bunch of money, if the deal's right, and you know in your heart the deal's right, then go ahead and do the deal. Who am I to tell you not to do the deal? Just be careful. I mean, because you don't want to have a lot of money tied up in unnecessary products that's going to cost you not to be able to pay your bills 2 months down the road, because this is the long-term play we're in right now. I mean, no one knows where we stand. There's a gazillion different reasons and conspiracy reasons and everything else. There's nothing we can do about it as a society other than follow CDC recommendations and listen to what we're being told by our president, listen to what we're told by our governor. You might not agree with it. You might not agree with it. I mean, we had the kids on spring break down in Florida. I mean, that's the worst thing that could go on right now. Listen to what they're telling us. Spend time with your families. Work on your online e-commerce. Resellers, hey, you know, do your thing, man. If you learn how to do that stuff, figure out how to do stuff you didn't know how to do before, and now you have the time to do it because you're at home. You know, things change for everybody. It sucks for everybody. I have a high school senior. Probably not going to walk across the stage and graduate this year. Probably not going to be able to go to prom. This same generation of kids, the 2001 kids, were born right after September 11th. They were born into a world right after 9/11. Now they're in a world where we have a worldwide crisis because of a virus, and they're finally, everything they worked to get to that 12th grade year, senior year, is gone, and I feel bad for them. I feel bad for everybody. You know, it is what it is, but we have to make the best of it. I mean, heed the recommendations people's telling us. If we all do that, I mean, it's going to get worse before it gets better. It is, and I wholeheartedly believe that. I mean, we're going to get worse before it gets better, but we all got a part to play in this, and depending on how serious we are about playing the part we're supposed to play, depends on how quickly we get through this and get back to some kind of normalcy. So, you know, to each their own. for me, it's pretty much going to work, going home, going to the grocery store. Occasionally I'll go look at somebody's stuff, but we're not traveling far distance. We're not buying large amounts far away. It is what it is. For the safety of my employees and my family, I'm not going to put myself in a situation where it endangers them. I don't want to endanger anybody else. We don't have enough tests to even tell if people's gotten stuff or not. We could be walking around. I could have it right now. Who knows? We don't have the testing out there. So for that, eliminate the gamble of putting yourself in a situation you don't want to be in right now. And I don't mean to get political. I don't mean to tell you how to live your life. Live your life how you want to live it. But we all got an important part to play. And if we work, and that's what makes America great, man. At 9/11, we all come together. We're going to get through this. As a reseller, as a restaurant administrator, everything. Help your neighbors. Do what you can do. Volunteer at that food kitchen, at that food bank. Do something to make your community better at this time. There's no excuses. You have plenty of time now to be able to do that. And I know it's supposed to be a reseller's video, but that's just my thought in general on how everything's going to play out. Take it with a grain of salt. We appreciate all our subscribers. We're getting on a lot of live feeds now, meeting a lot of new people. We have that opportunity now, and I appreciate all that. We've met a lot of great people in the resale business. Everybody looks at us and thinks we're one of the bigger people. Because we're on lives with a lot of some small resellers that may be working full-time jobs and doing reselling on the side, or maybe they're on a smaller scale than us. But all the resellers, we're all in this together. There's going to be opportunity to make money. Keep your options open. There's going to be opportunities a month down the road, 2 months down the road. There's always going to be opportunity to find a good deal. Do not feel pressure to buy something that you do not have to buy right now in these times. Have a plan on how you're going to get out of the situation, how you're going to sustain your business and that kind of stuff. And the best way to sustain your business is to buy smart right now. Is to buy smart. 2 weeks ago, I would drop ungodly amount of money if the deal was right. After the last week, I've become way more stingent on what I'm buying, because I have to look at the long-term play for my company, the long-term play for my employees, the long-term play of where we stand. We have no intention of going anywhere in this resale business. I have every intention of growing this year, even with this virus that we're all dealing with. How I'm going to do it yet, I have no idea, but I have enough online inventory built up where I can sustain this level of business and pay my bills without having to sacrifice a whole lot. Now, if this goes on for 18 months, then it might be a different situation for us. But as of right now, I can sustain this business without buying anything else for 6 to 8 months. No questions asked. I can sustain where we're at now. Eventually, we're going to run out of stuff to list online. When that comes, hey, we'll reorganize our online inventory. I got tons of tasks that I put off. But as a reseller, be smart about what you spend your money on now. Opportunity is going to be there on the other side of the tunnel. I'm telling you, it might show up now. We're getting phone calls now. There's some great opportunities now to buy. I'm going to look at a couple of them, if I feel the deal is right. But with that said, you've got to have space as well. We're fortunate where we have a lot of space. We're doing online auctions. Besides eBay and Amazon, we got a high bid auction going on now. It might be ended by now. I'm not sure when this video is going to come out. That's another option for resellers. If you've got a large quantity place to do it, hey, check out high bid. Auction Flex program, start an online auction company. It's not that much money, $60 a month. For the program, you can list anything from the coffee cup to the car if you want on there. You set the whole terms. That's another online strategy you can use. Diversify. Look at what gold and silver and stock market's doing. There's buying opportunities in the stock market now. There's buying opportunities on gold and silver. Be smart about what you do right now, though. When it comes to buying bulk merchandise, a lot of merchandise, make sure you can move that merchandise, or it's something you think is going to move relatively fast and something that you're going to have to sit on for a year or 2 years or 3 years, because we don't know where we're going to be at a year from now. We might be in the same spot we are right now, if not worse. Things might be different. The people that had bought all that hand sanitizer and toilet paper and wipes and everything else, that sort of ticks me off a little bit as a reseller, because I know we all want to make money, but when you're making money at the cost of another human being, potentially, their well-being, that's sort of, you sort of got to draw the line somewhere, and that's where we draw the line. If a celebrity passes away and I have some of their stuff and I've jacked the prices up because people's paying it, that's one thing, because I'm not affecting that person. But when you're buying the full shelf of hand sanitizer, because you want to make money, I mean, you might want to take a look in the mirror and reevaluate yourself. And like I said, to each their own. Believe in what you believe in, but for me, when it comes to the health of the population and my county and my neighbors and that kind of stuff, there's not a dollar amount you can put on that where I am that greedy where I need to make that kind of money when it comes to the health of my fellow human being. Treat everybody how you want to be treated. Things will get better. Stay positive. Thanks for following us. Check us out below. Check out other reseller channels. We'll put some links to some of them below that we've been on. We're on some lives right now. You know, I don't mean this to be a gloomy video, but I wanted to put out a short video on my perspective and my thoughts of it. If comment below, let us know what you want to see. You know, unfortunately, we're probably not gonna be able to show the storage units for a little while. We're gonna have to make some different content because the storage unit business is closed down. We're gonna get into some states hopefully. If we get back right, we got a couple lined up. They haven't canceled yet. You know, hopefully they'll come through and we'll show you some estate stuff. Let us know what you want to see below. Comment down below, hit that bell, give us a thumbs up, thumbs down. Let us know if you like what you're seeing. Let us know if you don't like. Hey, let us know. Hey, we want to bring you what you want to see. We're here to help you. If you got any questions you want answered, let us know. You don't have to put it in the comments. You shoot us an email. Shoot us an email. It's right on our website. Our website's below. Check it out. Shoot us an email. I answer back. That email, all our emails that come to our website come directly to my email, and I read emails at least 3 or 4 times a day. Let us know. If we can help you out, whatever way possible, let us know. We're in this together. We're all in this together, and the only way for all of us to survive is to help each other. Don't break down and think all about yourself. It's not what the world's about. The world's about helping your neighbors. We donate a ton to our community every year. We believe in helping our fellow man. Hopefully you do too. We're all in this together. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let us know. Until next time, thanks for joining us.